Yeah, I was depressed for a number of years, you know. And I think, like, funny enough, like, depression is kind of good for you, as long as you don't top yourself, or, you know, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I went through hell, you know, and I think you've got to go through hell to see heaven in
Yeah.
life, you know. I mean, the worst thing...
Sometimes, not everyone,
Yeah.
but for a lot of people, yes, you know, sometimes you have to go through trials and tribulations, quote unquote, you know, in order, it goes back to growing again, it goes back to the growing process, you know.
Yeah.
You have to go through these things, you know, like that old saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
But, you know, I was very happily married, to be honest with you, you know, and I thought I was doing everything for my ex-wife, do you know what I mean? And then suddenly I lost her.
Yeah.
You know, she was a very beautiful woman, I thought. You know, and maybe she's not so beautiful doing that in a kind of way, you know, whatever. You know. Anyway, I'm glad this all happened now, do you know what I mean? I can't imagine life now if I was still with her, honey, do you know what I mean? It would have been a bit, I wouldn't be so free.
Yeah.
Funny enough, you know, she gave me freedom. Funny enough, you know.
Yeah.
Because one time, sort of like 15 years ago, I was actually managing a family. I was working. I was paying for everything. The next minute, she took it away from me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was devastating for me in a kind of way. It's like quicksand, you know. I didn't really realise it was happening in a kind of way. I thought she was really happy.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but she wasn't. You know. And yeah, like quicksand, and next minute you're out with your family home. And I did have a garden. You know, and again, I haven't got a garden anymore, and I feel more freer in a funny way because I haven't got a garden to look after.
Yeah, less responsibility in a way.
And sometimes I feel that the more people, some people take on a lot of things, you know, too much, I think, too much responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think you're so free if you've got too much responsibility in life to think about, do you know what I mean? You know, so that's not the thing, you know. I'm free of, me personally, I don't own any business, do you know what I mean? I don't own any employees.
Yeah.
So I'm free of that.
Yeah.
For one, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, what is freedom? It's quite an interesting question, isn't it? You know, if you were in a tribe, are you more freer than if you were in a city?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's different. I mean, like, if you're living...
Different dynamics, obviously.
Yeah, it is. Because if you're living in a tribe, you can't just pop down the shop and get some...
That's what I mean. It's like, it depends on what your version of freedom is. Yeah. You know? Some people are quite happy to live completely off-grid, you know, self-sufficient, not relying on anything, on anyone, you know. They don't need to go, they're not looking to go to the shop as long as they've got water. And some of them, usually they've got cows and shit, so they've got their milk and, you know, etc. You know, they're good to go. You know. Not everyone can live like that, though, mate. Not everyone can live like that. To be honest, you know, that's, you know, it's not for everyone, but it's for the ones that truly want to, truly are trying to escape the modern day society. You know, structure. You know, so to speak. You know, seeking freedom. Get back to freedom.
Well, I think we all are.
Exactly. So they're seeking freedom. Yeah.
Everyone's seeking freedom,
yeah.
Happiness.
Yeah.
Aren't we? You know.
Fulfillment. You know. Everyone wants purpose. You know.
I think, like, if you want things, yeah. I mean, there's a couple of things I do want, not much, though, to be honest with you. Honestly, I feel like I've got everything. You know, to be honest, I'm trying to get rid of things, do you know what I mean? Give them away.
Yeah.
You know, so there was one time when I first moved in, I needed things, you know.
Yeah.
Like a washing machine or whatever, you know, do you know what I mean? And things like this.
Yeah.
You know, but now I've got to a point that I don't need it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and I've got too much, you know, and
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And too many, especially with my clothes, I've got too many clothes, do you know what I mean? I think, well, I've got these clothes, I can't even open my cupboard from, you know, wear anything in it, do you know what I mean? I think, goodness me, I've got too many clothes.
Yeah.
You know, but at least I'm free, right? Because I don't buy any anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't go out buying any clothes anymore, you know, because I think, you know, I've got enough to last me a lifetime.
Yeah.
You know, I can just throw them away, sort of like slowly in time.
Yeah.
You know.
Declutter.
Yeah. You know, and I think like getting ahead as well, like with things, like for instance, like cooking, for instance. You know, you can get ahead with cooking and food, and you can get ahead in many different ways actually, alright? And if you do get ahead in you know, in every way you can be free to enjoy the things that you love doing.
Yeah.
I think as well, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like me, for instance. I sometimes every few weeks I do a big cook up.
Yeah.
You know, and then I do it all at once. You know, it takes me 3 hours, but at least I've got a meal.
Yeah.
You know, all you know, and then I can just do video editing or whatever, you know, and do all the things that I love doing.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't got to spend time cooking or.
Yeah, you're ahead.
You know, yeah, I think you've got to get ahead in lots of different ways.
That brings you freedom too, freedom in terms of time.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like you said, if you do like meal prep, you know, so that you've cooked off your meals, so that you know what you're having for the week or whatever the case may be. And then, like you said, you're good to go whenever you feel hungry throughout the day and you want kind of your main meal of the day.
You ain't got to worry about it, have you then?
That's what I mean. It's just cooking it off, innit?
Well, you know that...
reheating it and you're good to go.
You know, I know that I've got enough you know, like, pies, whatever, yeah, what I've cooked up. I can just pull one out tomorrow and then relax and do what I want or go out. And I just know I've got my dinner tomorrow, do you know what I mean? And the next day, and the next day, and the next day, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it gives you reassurance and peace of mind, all that kind of stuff, if you can really get ahead of in every way you possibly can in life, I think, you know?
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really important actually to, you know, be like a squirrel, you know, stock up food and things, you know, and, you know, it's not where I'm stocking up food if it's going to go off there, you know. So, you know, you've got to be careful with that, you know.
Yeah.
If you stock up too much food, it will go off.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's just good to keep ahead and stay ahead.
That's it.
You know, it's like me, I feel like I'm 2 weeks ahead with food.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
You know. And I can just chill out without worries. You know, the only thing sometimes I've got to go and get is some milk and things, you know, do you know what I mean? And bread.
Yeah.
But,
your essentials.
Yeah, I just know where I'm at, you know, and, you know, I just keep above things all times as well, you know, and it's good to be organised, I think.
Oh, definitely,
That's another important thing, you know, and if you're organised, it, in every way, it enables you to think a lot straighter each day without getting lost.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if some people lose their keys, don't they, or something, or they, you know, they lose things, they can't find it.
Yeah.
They're looking all for hours. Do you know what I mean? But with me, that's impossible.
Yeah.
You sort of mean, I know where I'm at. I sort of put my keys, you know, when I come out on the hook. You know?
Well, I was gonna say that's why I was just gonna say consistency also helps in that regard too. If you always put your same keys, if you put your keys the same place every day if you put it the same place every single day when you get home from work or get home from going out or whatever, then you know exactly where they are when you need them.
Yeah.
That's what
and get rid of all your rubbish as well.
If you keep constantly putting them in different places and moving them around, you're more likely to lose them. But if you put it in the same consistent spot every single day or place every day, then you know exactly where it is. It's, you know. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a bit like you said just now. It's about being organised. You know. You know.
Very important, I think. You know.
Yeah. Structure is important. You know. You know. Got to be strategic. You know. With how you move. You know how you move, kind of thing. You know what you do.
I mean, I think like every day we deal with little problems that you come up with, you know, come over or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like today I opened up my cupboard and a big jar of bolognese.
Yeah. Mama's bolognese.
Yeah, there's glass everywhere, sauce everywhere.
Dolmio day.
Yeah.
And dolmio day. And dolmio sauce went everywhere.
You know, and it took me a half an hour to clean it all up. Get all the glass out.
He got lost in the sauce.
Get all the glass out, you know, it took me half an hour of my time.
Yeah.
But I got on with it.
Yeah.
I dealt with it and I thought, how am I going to do this? You know, scratch
Got on
my
with
head.
it. That's it.
You know, how the best way to clean this.
I think what you said, what you did was the best approach. Get rid of all the glass, and then clean up the sauce and get on with it.
Well, then I sorted out that, cleaned it all up and whatever. You know, it's all nice and clean now, and now I can relax again. You know, that's freedom. You know, you get on with the. I think you got to get on with your problems and deal with them as they come.
Yeah.
You know, if you leave them, and then another one comes up, and then you leave that, and another one comes up. You know, and your problems are all sort of like piling up on you.
Yeah.
And you're carrying them, aren't they?
Yeah.
Ooh, they're getting heavier and heavier in a kind of way, aren't they? And I don't think you're free if you don't sort out every problem that you've got.
Yeah.
Every tiny, you know, you just got to keep up with it.
That's it.
And it's not easy, you know, life's not easy, you know, you've got to, I think every day that goes by there's something that's got to be done. Yeah. In life, in city life that is. Yeah. You know, I think like if you're living in a tribe, you don't need to hoover up the, you know, the houses there, do you? Yeah. You know, and things, you know. It's a different dimension, you know. And I think, are we free because we've got to do housework? You know, that's another thing, you know, housework is a new modern thing, really, isn't it?
Well, I think it's always been a characteristic of most people to want to have a clean environment.
Yeah, but I don't think it's...
If you see what I mean.
I think housework's evolved.
Oh, tremendously, of course. Like, you know what I mean, today
I don't think we've always done it. Like,
no.
You know, like, I don't think, like, maybe they did.
I was going to say today, I think most of us are cleaner than ever before, because most people, you know, if you're like me, say for example, or you know what I mean, you wash up every day, and clean the kitchen, work on the kitchen, and, you know, empty the rubbish, and make sure the house is tidy, hoover up if it needs to hoover, you know.
It's a nightmare, isn't it?
Clean the bathrooms if they need to be cleaned, you know, whatever, you know.
I'm glad I only live on my own. You know what I mean? I mean, it's worse when, you know, housework's worse when you've got more. Yeah. I mean, each human being, apparently, you know, like, where dust is coming off. Not dust, but our skin's flaking off of us. Yeah. Hairs are coming off of, you know, whatever. Yeah.
Hair follicles and shit.
We're actually sort of like molting, like dogs do, you know. And if you're in all day, one person, right, it's causing lots of dust everywhere, you know, just being at home. But if you went out for the day and come home, it'd be almost tidy, you know what I mean? Human beings are quite messy. You know, compared to any other animal, that's for sure. Yeah. You know, we get rid of a big bag every week, don't we? One human being, one bag of rubbish. You know?
Well, I was going to say, we probably, in my household, we probably go through a bag every day and a half. Probably fill up a bag of rubbish every day and a half, roughly. Sometimes every day.
Yeah, it's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's great. We're living in a throwaway society, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. For sure. Yeah.
But I think people take things for granted in a kind of way, you know.
Oh, naturally. It comes back from being complacent. You know. We become complacent. We get so used to having things. We get so used to the freedom of having these things, of having these luxuries or whatever the case may be. That, like you said, over time we take it for granted because we're so used to having it on a daily basis whenever we want it or whatever the case may be, you know, so easily accessible, that if it's taken away then it's, you know, it affects us. You know?
So I've lived nearly 6 decades, yeah?
Yeah. Not 10.
No, I did say 10. That's funny. You know what?
That was very funny.
Because I said it in, I can't remember.
Episode
3 or 4.
He's lived
episode 1.
Almost 6 decades.
10, I said. In the
in the previous one you said.
Yeah, but no, I've lived almost 6 decades, yeah. And I've seen the change, you know, in the way the shops are, you know. And a long time ago, when I was sort of like maybe 8 years old, people used to have these tills that you had these big buttons like this. Yeah. You know, there was nothing electrical then. Yeah. You know, like, and you saw these black things come out like this.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. You know,
and then slowly in time, they got rid of them. New machines.
You got the new cash register.
Well, and now we've got these.
And
like Star Trek things like plastic.
Yeah.
I mean, if you lost that card, everyone pick it up and spend your money.
Well, they could do only on the contactless though, and there's a restriction as well.
All right. Well,
Which, they say that helps, but someone could use your card and buy small things for a little while, couldn't they? Small items here and there for a little while, until you cancel it and get a new one.
But I've just seen things evolved in.
Yeah.
60 years.
Mm.
And to the modern world we got today, the Hoovers are more modern today. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, when I was 8, the Hoovers looked ridiculous. Honestly, they're probably in antique sort of like museums now.
Probably now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I sort of like saw the first Hoover, 1900 it was made.
Yeah.
The first ever Hoover.
Yeah.
I mean, they had carpets, I think. They started making carpets like 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because you've got like old like Persian rugs and all these kind of things.
So they actually had carpets
worth
in
a
their
lot of money and
homes
shit. Yeah.
To, I suppose that only if you're a well-off family or whatever, or
probably.
If you knew how to do that, whatever,
Yes.
knit, whatever.
Mm.
My granddad used to do that actually. He used to make carpets.
Yeah.
And I used to see him do it,
Yeah.
But anyway, they've had carpets out for 2,000 years, all over. I don't know actually. I'd have to Google to find out. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
But you think they didn't have Hoovers then, did they?
No.
They must probably sweeping them then.
Sweeping. Yeah.
Exactly, sweeping the carpet.
Even growing up in the Caribbean, there's some people that still just sweep the house. They'll sweep the house and mop the house. If you see what I mean.
Yeah.
Not everyone will have a Hoover.
That's
You're not saying that they can't afford it, but some people would just choose. That's what they do. They just sweep the house. Sweep it out with the broom and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then mop the house afterwards. You know what I mean? But obviously there are people who do have Hoovers as well. It's just.
Reminds me when I went to Malta.
But when I was young, I remember when I was very young, growing up in the Caribbean, most people used to sweep and then mop, and then Hoovers became popular and better. More modern. More modern and more accessible.
Dyson.
And more affordable.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, I went to Malta.
Yeah.
And I can remember sort of like every home I went there was marble floors. They didn't have carpets. And we had to mop them.
Yeah.
Every day or whatever.
Yeah.
And these hot countries, and they had fans as well.
Yeah.
Big fans, in the departments that we were in.
Yeah.
So in these hot countries, I don't think they're so interested in carpets.
Yeah.
Where in colder countries, they have carpets, I think, or like to keep them warm and all this. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm talking rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm talking rubbish about carpets.
Anyway, mate.
Anyway, that's freedom for you. You can.
That's you got freedom to
talk about what you want, but.
Yeah.
I think
well, to a degree, there's a lot of censorship, like we were talking about in the beginning stages of this episode. There's a lot of censorship today. With the whole freedom of speech thing. You're free to say what you want, but.
I think, like, some people do go out and they swear.
That's what I'm saying. They, like you said, there has to be restrictions on it, because you can't have people,
There is a way to talk in there,
yeah.
Yeah. And some people are rude.
Mm.
And I don't think people should be free to be rude.
No.
That's.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of rude people out there, aren't there?
Mm.
And as I say, if you want to be rude, be free to be rude. I'm not going to be rude. That's what I say. I think intelligent people are not rude, by the way.
Yeah.
That's that.
Yeah.
They're too intelligent to even be rude. Or even want to be rude.
Yeah.
I think they want to learn other things in life. More important things. But I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying that sometimes I'm. Like I have been rude in the past, but like I've learned how to be a bit more you know, as I've grown up, I've learned how to be a bit more, you know, not so rude, I suppose, in life, you know.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's how, you know, as you get older, you do learn how to be more beautiful, you know, in life, and more freer.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it.
I mean, when you're like 80, you think about that, yeah. You know, you ain't got much future left, really, have you? Or 90, and you're reaching, say, 90, yeah. You ain't got much future left, have you? You know. You're just sitting there in your chair or whatever, and you're still free, aren't you? You know. And like you've only got your past to look at, haven't you? That's all you've got left in, really, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's what you really belongs to you. The only thing that belongs to you in life, I think, is your past. That you actually carry along with you.
Yeah. Your memories.
You know? And
when you get older, that's what you have, is your memories.
Yeah, and I think you're free to sort of like be rude if you want to be in life. You know.
Yeah, people are free to be, but it doesn't mean that it will always, you know, doesn't mean that they will not end up getting in trouble, or someone getting in a fight with someone, or, you know, there's repercussions and consequences for everything, you know, good or bad, you know. So you're free to do what you want, but there are repercussions that come along with whatever it is, you know. Someone's free right now to go and drive, you know, to do, I don't know what, you know, drive their car into the wall or something, you know, but there's going to be repercussions for doing that, you know. So, you know.
For other people sometimes too.
For other people too.
You know, some like people take other people's freedoms away, or ruin their freedoms.
Yeah.
You know, and that's some people even lose their identity, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, get their identity stolen. You know, not say it's a crazy world we're living in there.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know, I'm personally, I'm just glad that, you know, I'm not the most handsome guy in the world or whatever, you know, but I'm just glad that I'm me.
Yeah.
You know, happy to be me.
That's it.
I wish I was young like Josh, maybe, you know, but wishing that, it's not going to make me happy, is it?
No.
You know,
you've got to accept what is.
Yeah. You know, and I just think that's just so important, just as we were talking about earlier on, just enjoying the moment, accepting yourself, just, you know, just take time every second as it comes.
Yeah.
You know, and try to improve in life.
Yeah.
And I think, and smile as much as you can, be happy.
Yeah.
And I think that you'll feel free in life.
Yeah, definitely.
With all that, you know. If you can just sort of like, you know, like love who you are.
That's it.
You know.
Accept who you are.
I mean, I love who I am, alright, but I don't love myself like, whoa, I'm $1 million man.
No, it's you've got to love yourself, but at the same time you remain humble.
Think I'm better than anyone else.
Still humble. You've got to love yourself, but it's in a humble way. It's not in a prideful or egotistical way, is it? You know, you're not, you know.
And I don't think I'm the most intelligent person on earth either. You know, I'm intelligent in different ways.
Yeah.
To what Josh is saying. You know, he's got a different intelligence than me or whatever, you know. And some things I know that he don't know, and there's something that he knows that I don't, you know. And it's sharing that sort of information in the kind of way, or working together, and you know, like you learn from each other in time, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, you come across sometimes like two people together, you sort of bounce off each other's ideas and come up with something bigger.
That's it.
Yeah. You know. Yeah. But I think that's it really. I feel like I'm getting more freer every day in life, you know.
Yeah. But the more you grow, the more you evolve, the more you grow, the more your perspectives grow and change and evolve, and you become more mature and more intelligent and wiser, and got more experience with various different things as you get older. And you know, I think, you know, it's, you know, it's a part of the process. You know, you become, you know, I think the freer you become, really, the older you get, the freer you become, because you understand life a bit more and you accept it for what it is, and just, you know, happy to be alive and happy to just be able to enjoy life, and, you know, just, you know, it is what it is, you know.
I mean, things can change.
Yeah.
You know, people don't like change, do they? By the
No,
way, you know?
not general. No, not. It's true. A lot of people are resistant to change, aren't they? You know. So.
Yeah, some people can be sort of in a job for a number of years, you know, and it's not a very good job, all right. It's boring, you know, but they start getting to know the people, you know, and it becomes part of their home as well, the actual surroundings, you know.
Yeah.
And they kind of like not so free in a kind of way, you know, to sort of like go and get another job.
Yeah.
You know, because they're getting attached to people and friends there, you know.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think it's good to sort of keep yourself to yourself a little bit, so you can just move, you know, be friendly to people. But I don't think it's a good idea at work to get too close to people.
Yeah, I think you should always understand the line between business and professional and personal.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like, I mean, if you had a wife and you had to go to work with her, you know, or you met a girlfriend and you married her and all that, you know, sometimes you just need to pull that apart, don't you, to be a bit more freer in life, you know.
You can't be bringing your personal problems into work. There's a lot of people that out there that go through their personal problems at home, whatever the case may be, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, people, everyone in the world goes through shit, whatever. But yeah, you can't bring them into work. You know, you've got to understand when you know, if you're going to work for someone and you're going to undergo the contractual obligations of your contract for your whatever your employment is, then, you know.
I mean, I've learned that.
You've got to understand. You've got to leave that at the door when you step into, you know, go into your working environment. Leave all that behind until you get home again, and then you deal with that shit when you get home, whatever, you know.
I mean, sometimes I think that's how I went wrong with my marriage, you know, in one way, you know.
Yeah.
Like, when I used to go to work, sometimes I might go out for a drink with all the lads or something, you know, do you know what I mean, at the end of the week, you know, on a Friday.
Yeah.
And I don't think I should have done that one, do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, I should have focused a bit more on my family.
Yeah, I get you, yeah.
You know, so, you know, I've learned that now, you know, like then, my last job I did, which was sort of like, I think 7 years ago, I didn't want to get so detached with the people that I was working with in a funny way, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, you just got to keep your arms length with them, just sort of know them at work a bit, you know, and that's it, I think, sometimes, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Not get too involved with people.
Yeah.
You know, but it's all up to you. It's again freedom of choice. You know, if you meet somebody that you fall in love with, or you get on with, you're free to sort of like, both of you are, aren't you? I mean, it's like me and you know, we met what 9 years ago, and we got on, and we were free to see each other again or not, and we've always sort of like got on, haven't we?
Yeah.
And
definitely. Yeah.
You know, we feel free together, don't we, Josh?
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
But I've
been good mates for like you said, for probably 8-9 years now. So yeah, mate, on that note, I think, in all honesty, I think we've kind of like encapsulated everything we're going to talk about in regards to like freedom for this week's episode. You got any final words or thoughts or ideas in regards to freedom before we call it a night and wrap it up?
I can't think of it. No, sorry, I'm tired.
It's gone blank.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thank you once again for tuning into this week's episode.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Hope you guys enjoyed it, of course. If you do like the content, all we ask, guys, is that you like, comment and subscribe, because it helps our channel to grow and to expand. And yeah,
if you learned something.
That's it. And if you like the content, please leave a comment down below, or whatever the case may be. You know, if you want to, yeah, we'll reply and whatever, engage. So yeah, we'll be back again next week with a brand new episode. Thank you once again, like I said, for tuning into this week's episode. It's been all about freedom this week. Yeah.
Be free.
That's it. Be free.
Be free in life.
That's it. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
That's it. To the fullest. Be who you are every single day.
Freedom.
Without apology. Good night. God bless. Be free.